Welcome to the SVG-TV news for Friday, December 12th. I'm Khalil Cater with the details. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has turned down an invitation from the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Human Rights Association for him to be a part of and lead a planned prayer and peace rally in Clare Valley next week. Last evening, on his second edition of the Ask the Prime Minister radio program, Dr. Gonsalves said earlier in the day he had responded to the president of the SVG Human Rights Association, Nicole Sylvester, by way of a letter, indicating that he will not be attending the event. Dr. Gonsalves read the letter on air, which states that prayer rallies are usually initiated by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Christian Council and or religious denominations, and that he is still at a loss as to the reason for a peace rally at this time.
I'm not aware that the St. Vincent and Grenadines Human Rights Association has been hitherto in the business of sponsoring prayer rallies. It is a time-honored practice located as far back as the Old Testament that prophets called upon kings or other rulers to lead gatherings of pilgrims at prayer. That is the sensible practice which we have followed in St. Vincent and Grenadines over the years. Such a practice avoids, possibly, opportunistic summons to prayer by persons not known to possess prophetic voices. Insofar as the peace rally is concerned, I've addressed the prayer issue. Insofar as the peace rally is concerned, I'm at a loss to understand properly its circumstance and purpose. As far as I'm aware, there is no war which has arisen as a consequence of the unfortunate motor vehicle accident at Clare Valley on December 6, 2014.
Prime Minister Gonsalves says there are some who are preaching peace but are also waging war. He says he has no intention to add to the unwarranted hysteria by some to join or lead any peace rally which was proposed consequent to a traffic accident.
I'm interested in the process of healing in which Edgar's widow, family, friends and comrades are engaged due to the pain and suffering which they have been enduring because of Edgar's sad passing. As you are no doubt aware, Comrade Edgar Cruikshank was, up to the moment of his death, my dear friend and comrade. My close relationship with him goes back over 30 years. I am mourning for Edgar. I shall continue to do so in ways appropriate with his widow, family, friends and comrades. I will not do so at any politically contrived and in the circumstances inappropriate prayer and peace rally as proposed by you. Sincerely yours, Ralph Gonsalves, Prime Minister. And I've copied this letter to Edgar's widow, Mrs. Cecilia Cruikshank, and to the St. Vincent and Grenadines Christian Council.
Meanwhile, in an interview with SVG-TV News earlier this week, the president of the Human Rights Association, Nicole Sylvester, says the prayer and peace rally has been moved from Thursday next week to the following day, Friday, December 19th, due to certain scheduling clashes.
It has come to the Human Rights Association attention that the scheduled date, which was Thursday, clashes with an activity of one of the political parties, and out of respect for the function of that particular political party, from the moment it has been brought to the Human Rights Association attention, we have taken every step to ensure that there is no clash, because the prayer and peace rally is a rally that is to bring together all the political parties, the Christian community, the residents of South Leeward and beyond, so that we can focus in prayer and peace.
Sylvester says that the event is a way to focus persons more on the important matters at hand, such as peace and unity among all Vincentians.
And we're just asking members of the society, you can bring a candle and a flower, not any large wreaths or large floral arrangement, a flower or two and a candle, and we'd like to hold a session of prayer, peace, and while we focus on our coming together as a Vincentian community and putting aside all the things that tend to separate us.
And the man at the center of the incident, which took place in Clare Valley last Saturday night, Antoine Quincy Anthony, is now facing 5 separate traffic offences. Anthony is accused of being the driver of motor vehicle P119, which caused the death of Edgar Cruikshank, using an uninsured and unlicensed vehicle, failing to renew his driver's permit on his birth date, and fraudulently using the identification number plate P7516. The incident occurred during a public meeting hosted by the opposition New Democratic Party. Anthony appeared at the Serious Offences Court this morning and was not allowed to plead to the charges. The police had no objection to his bail, which was allowed in the sum of $40,000 with one surety. He was also ordered to surrender all travel documents to the court, to report to the Kittels police station Mondays and Thursdays between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., and not to leave the state without the express permission of the court. The preliminary inquiry has been slated for early February 2015. Anthony is being represented by veteran counsel Arthur Williams. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has described his recent meeting with 4 workers' unions here as an excellent one. On radio last evening, Dr. Gonsalves said during the day he had an approximately 3-hour-long meeting with representatives of the Public Sector Union, the Teachers Union, the National Workers Movement, and the Commercial, Technical and Allied Workers Union, where they previewed the 2015 estimates and also held discussions on matters of salary increases. Prime Minister Gonsalves says from the discussions, it's clear that the unions have also taken into account the current challenges facing the country.
They accept my presentation, which I made on all the relevant issues. They are naturally very pleased that no jobs have been lost. And what they asked for consideration for some non-wage matters, but they put a proposal which I asked orally, which I asked them to put in writing. They, as you know, though they were made a payment in 2013, the payment related to increase which had been negotiated for 2011, and they're asking for certain categories a one-off payment of a month's salary, and for other persons a half-month salary one-off payment to cover those years for which there had not been any increases. I tell them, put them in writing and we'll consider them.
According to PM Gonsalves, the meeting was far from what was previously reported by some, that it will be filled with bacchanal.
I just don't understand where people get these sources from. If Eyewitness News want to have a balanced story, talk to the Prime Minister, also talk to the Minister of Finance, and to see what the discussion was likely to be, and so on and so forth. The union leadership, the members of the union, you know that they have been very balanced, very rational, very clear as to where the interests of their members lies. I mean, it's not, the important thing is to maintain jobs and to keep the programs going.
In an effort to keep the environment clean and to earn some much-needed income, a growing number of Vincentians are getting into the practice of recycling. Daily, persons from across St. Vincent and the Grenadines journey to Camden Park to the All-Island Recycling Company with hundreds of plastic bottles and cans in exchange for cash. Earlier today, SVG-TV spoke with some of these persons who were seen outside the company waiting to deliver their bottles, many of them explaining that the monies obtained from recycling comes in very handy to care for their families.
I've been doing this, picking up bottles and to keep the environment clean, and the bottles them have a lot of hard work in it. You have to take off the cover and the things around them and clean them up and bring them to the bottle factory to get them sold. Money is small, but it's coming useful to do something.
Money is useful, but it's a better.
This is the main source of income, is it?
No, not main income. We go keep a dollar in your hand still.
Do it to keep the community clean, by the bottle all like roadside and thing. I just pick it up and so, just to keep the community clean.
How long have you been doing it?
I'm doing it for a good while now, since here start to buy bottle. I just work down at flour mill, I have a job. But
so this is just coming a little handy?
Yes, the money just coming a little handy.
For survival, because I have children to mind and no working there for put food on my table.
Okay, and Is this your main source of income?
Yes, please.
So you don't have a job?
No, please.
It bring in a little income when you get the next other income. So it's better off to do something than to have nothing.
I do it because it helped me a lot. Can just get a little money for spin around my hand to help me family.
Just give the children and them something to go to school and so.
All Island Recycling is also into the purchasing of old and used electronic motors, batteries, compressors, aluminum, among other products. A new outlet has been created to sell more local fruits and vegetables. Persons can purchase the produce at the Farmers Cooperative Market, which was launched earlier today at its location at the St. Vincent Cooperative Bank parking, that should be car park in capital Kingstown. The facility will be opened until December 20th from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. The market space is part of the Ministry of Agriculture, the Taiwan Technical Mission (TTM), and the Taiwan International Development Fund (ICDF) initiative to build capacity among the 8 farmers cooperatives in the country. At the launching, Agriculture Minister Soboto Caesar was among several speakers who reiterated the call to buy local. Caesar says supporting the local market is not only an opportunity for farmers to support farmers, that is, but a move that spills into other sectors of the economy, which will boost the economy. He says that there are some 6,500 small farmers in this country who need to continually work together for agriculture to be taken to the next level.
Make sure we exhaust those that are produced locally first. Because the monies that the farmers are going to make from selling these commodities is the same set of monies we coming back to bank at the St. Vincent Cooperative Bank, at the Bank of St. Vincent, at GECU. Is the same money that we are going to take to KFC. We're going to use it to buy clothing in the middle street. We're going to use it to support all facets of business here in this country.
Chin Yu Lee of the Taiwan Technical Mission says by next year his country will be proudly commemorating 33 years of solidarity with SVG. He noted that Taiwan was pleased to be a part of a project that would be enhancing the technical, business and cultivation skills of farmers in SVG.
Component is a major component in the project, which is strengthening farmers' organizations. We will work with you to establish your operation office, your production skill, and the marketing skill. So there's a lot of homework you and myself and my colleague has to do. Once the project commences, I will get 3 new colleagues stationed in St. Vincent, work with you day and day.
Senior citizens here have been told that they have enough experience and knowledge to be the beacon to the nation's youth. This was stated by head of the Financial Intelligence Unit attached to the Golden Year Center, Grenville Williams, who was speaking at the Pembroke Golden Year Center's annual dinner yesterday afternoon. Williams said all senior citizens have a responsibility to guide the younger generation and that this can be one of their contributions to society.
There's an orphanage with a number of young children. Those young children can benefit significantly from your knowledge, from your talents, and your time. That is something that will lend to their development and also keep you being young on a daily basis. That is something we can consider. And oftentimes I hear people say, these young people in society, and they complain bitterly about the route that the young people are taking. But guess what? These young people are your children, they are your grandchildren, and you and I and all of us, we have a responsibility where we see these young people are going in what we perceive to be the wrong path, to make suggestions, to guide them, to help them along a path where they will become meaningful contributors to our society where we will all feel safe because these young people are doing the right things.
Yesterday, the Bethel High School hosted the finals of its first ever talent search competition. Third place in the competition went to the duo of Walson and Tristan. Second runner-up went to Asa Cook, while Nate Coombs took the first place position. Here's a look at the performances by the top three.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Just a little bit. She can't get over me, and me can't get over she. Anyhow, I wanna make you a wind up on me, so I'm falling over. Let me buy you a ticket to Barbados.
Hey baby, even though I hate you, I wanna love you, I want you. And even though I can't forget you, I really want to, I want you. Tell me, baby, all on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voice sings, oh night divine, oh night when Christ was born, oh night divine, oh night divine.
He says vengeance is his, but I'm gonna do it first. I'm gonna handle my business in the name of the Lord. Oh, now if he made you cry, oh I gotta know. If he's not ready to die, he best prepare for it. Cause my judgment's divine, I'll tell you who you can call. You can call. You better call the police, call the coroner.
The Church of the Nazarene in Enhams will be hosting an event this Sunday dubbed Salvation on Ramps. In an interview with SVG-TV News, Pastor Calvin Childs says the production, which starts at 6:30 on Sunday, will be one that persons will remember for a long time.
Going to feature the creation story using different elements in choir pieces, mime, drama, dance, poetry. So we're going to tell that story from birth right up to crucifixion and everything like that. Persons who would have attended last year's production when we did Unconditional Love, they were in for a treat and they were actually looking forward to this year. And so now we have returned this year much better, bigger, more exciting.
Charles says the event is free and family oriented.
Featured production would be the drama, and it's called Against the Odds. It is written by the drama group, which was formed in 1996 by my brother, Calberth, he's in England now, and myself. And so the group has gone through transitions in terms of different leaders. And so we have some young people who basically sat down 2 months ago and start putting their ideas and concepts together for this particular drama production. It's not your regular Christmas production where you see Joseph and Mary and the shepherds. It's different, but it has a lot of issues that confront people, especially relationships. And don't want to give too much of what the drama is, but I can tell you persons can expect to literally cry.